this is it. We're down to the wire. Just a few hours left. I said I'm filming this on Monday evening, but I know it probably won't be up until Tuesday evening. So I just wanted to, just say a few last minute thoughts as we are going into this big change. I said it seems like we're not going to get out of the Civil War, no matter who wins. But this election is about who is going to have the edge. Yes, because whoever is in political office currently will have an advantage over the other side. Because whoever is in the political office currently would be able to, control the National Guard, the military, etc. I said if the Democrats were in office, you can bet they would enlist the military to gather up those pesky Trump supporters for revenge. I see there's lots of videos about the barriers, walls going up around the White House to protect it. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like a system that's confident the left is going to win the election, because that sounds like measures taken for if they're going to lose. So the question is, if Biden won, would the BLM and the Antifa still stage their little coup in Washington? I rather think they will do it anyway, because their whole point and purpose is to bring down America, capitalism, traditionalism, freedom, and everything we have known and loved, everything this country is about. That is the left's goal, whether it's Trump or whether it's Biden. So I think they are still planning on their coup, even if Biden won, because they're not going to stop. Don't be foolish. I mean, with Biden, they just go in there, take him hostage, and they would be the power behind the presidency. As I was saying, it doesn't seem like they're expecting a Biden win if they're preparing to defend the White House to the last man. Because, like I said, Trump supporters haven't actually been going around and burning buildings all summer, like the left has. And as I was saying, that I think that the communist revolution plans to go ahead, no matter who wins, because their aim is to bring down America. And whether they can have a President Biden for their window dressing, or whether just their fist raised to the sky, they are intent on having their revolution now and not later. So I think, like I said, we're going to see the Civil War regardless. Another thing, they said that the stock market was surging this weekend, and the left doesn't want us to know about that. And I kind of don't think the stock market will be surging if they thought that Biden was going to win Mr. Shut Down Your Economy and Mr. Raise Taxes. I think the stock market would be collapsing about now if they seriously thought that he was ahead. So I think that's a good sign. That shows maybe Trump is winning in the background. Like I said, I'm not going to make any hard predictions, because Wednesday morning or whatever morning, there's going to be some disgraced political commentators somewhere, somehow, just absolutely disgraced because they had, made their predictions and they were wrong. Let's face it, because there are people, experts who say that Trump will win, and there are so-called experts that say Biden will win, and somebody's going to be wrong. Of course, well, maybe they could save face if it was close, and they'll say, oh, it was just too close to call. It's an unprecedented year. We couldn't rely on the data, and that's why we guessed wrong. But of course, that still ruins their winning streak if they said they predicted the correct president every year since, the Stone Age. But their winning streak will still be broken. So I said, I do not want to be in the category of the ones who are saying, I know for sure who's going to win, and then, I'm disgraced. And I said, Tim Pool's like that too. He doesn't want to commit. And I understand, because we don't want to be wrong. After, like I said, we're commentators, not prophets. So, but I still say I believe that President Trump will win. That's who I think will win, but I'm not saying I know. Anyway, this Pennsylvanian is getting out and voting for Trump. And so is my family, and so all my friends. Like I said, most all my friends are voting for Trump, and my family. I can think of a handful that are just duped by the Democrats, and there's nothing you can do about that. There's always going to be some of those. So the left has nothing to offer. Because to them, they don't understand what it is to be a part of a country. They have ceased to be part of the functioning political landscape. It's like they're playing a computer game. I gotta beat level 5, level 6, level 7, level 8, level 9, level 10, and they're like obsessed with beating the computer game. They're obsessed about just winning the game. They don't care about their playing with lives or jobs or anything. They're just obsessed with winning the game. It kind of feels like we are on trial. We all feel like we're the defendant in a trial, and we are awaiting our sentence. The sentence to be carried out January, 19th or 20th. But we don't know what our sentence will be. And we are very hopeful that we are getting acquitted. And being acquitted means it's President Trump. But of course, like I said, we're still facing civil war or national split. I believe President Trump, like Lincoln, would attempt to keep the Union together. Now here's the thing. If these states mostly all go red and just the little itty bitty cities that are Democrat, then they would not get the state to secede, so the lefties may as well not even waste their time. So at that point, their choice, and you can't secede a city, at least not that I know of, but I think maybe we should start reservations for the communists and the socialists, because I mean, you seem to get those people in some certain countries. That might be a good place for them. Just grant them a little spot of land, and then they can just, share their wealth to their heart's content. It's one solution anyway. So, we're waiting our verdict. And signs are encouraging. And, like I said, these leftists, they do not know what they're doing. They do not know what they want. All they want is power, 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 and more power. I was watching the Katie Hopkins, Candace Owens interview yesterday, and Katie was telling us about the time she infiltrated the BLM as a person in their ranks. And she said that really they didn't know what they were doing or where they were going. They were just repeating slogans, just looking for some kind of purpose. And that's the problem. The left wants to drive us off a cliff. They know they hate Trump, they hate Christians, they hate tradition, they hate goodness, they hate innocence. They, love everything bad. They just want everything bad, and they want to get rid of everything good, but they don't stop to think, what are they going to have when they're done? They just want a free-for-all orgy? Is that what they imagine their country's going to be? A country of orgies? For a country to function, you need workers, you need families. As much as the left hates families and just wants brothels and abortion, you need families and you need children. You need to educate them. You need to have them grow up to be good, strong citizens and not depression, drug-ridden, suicidal, wacko nutcases like the lefties. You have to have a strong society. You need morals for the society. You can't just be a wild and crazy person. See, the only reason they're able to be wild and loud and crazy is because they live in a civilized society, and the civilization has been able to absorb their insanity and their criminality. Even if they go to jail, they still get fed. They still get to watch TV. But on their own, like I said, they'd be Chaz, complete wreck. complete wreck. And worse, because then, other, countries, groups try to take them over. And like I said, it'd just be like the wilds of, the Middle East or Africa, just raiding parties, knocking each other out. And so the left is not planning on any civilization. They're just planning on stamping out civilization. But like I said, they're not thinking about sustaining life or building a strong country, because none of the principles or values, if you can call them that, the left has would build any kind of lasting civilization or stable civilization. So, like I said, the people voting for the left are believing the lies of the media. They do not understand that they are voting for their own destruction. And the bottom line is, this election, it's not about one candidate. It never has been. It's about the will of the people. You could say it's about freedom versus slavery. And the people need to make their will known, and voting is the non-violent way of making the people's will known. And unfortunately, we're probably going to see that the other side will not accept the election results. I'm afraid neither side will. So what comes next, we're not sure. Civil war, split, underground, shadow government, we don't know. We're in for a wild ride, no matter what. I said, even if Trump wins, we're in for a wild ride. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Bumpy night. But anyway, I said I was really cheered and heartened by seeing all the expressions of conservatives from around the world supporting Trump. And it was funny and heartwarming. And I just enjoyed reading those in the comments. We'd see like Holland for Trump, Australia for Trump, Uruguay for Trump, Brazil for Trump, Israel supports Trump. They have a Trump rally, which is hilarious because, I said, there's one nice thing about the internet is lets all the conservatives from all over the world unite and support Trump and just really get fired up and have a great time. And of course, the left absolutely hates this because the left, they just want to be negative and grumpy and use their connections around the world to censor more people and to cause more slavery and misery. But we are not going to let that happen, because although the internet has enabled big tech to cause a lot of grief and trouble, the internet has also connected a lot of Christians and conservatives around the world. And in the future, we're going to use our connections to help build stronger countries and stronger personal lives. So it was exciting and inspirational to see the outpouring of affection from people around the world who support President Trump. So, all right, so we're down here at the end and we're awaiting our verdict, but just always remember that God is in control and let God's will be done. And we'll keep praying. I said I've already ordered my God Bless America cake, so I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, everybody. Love you. Thank you for all your support for President Trump from all over the world. And it's just awesome to see us come together. And no matter what happens, we are going to work together and make the world a better place. All right. God bless. Let freedom ring.